I'm Dr. Michael Brasher, founder of Life Unbound Coaching based in Tucson, Arizona. I specialize in helping men break intergenerational cycles, cultivate emotional intelligence, and lead with authenticity. In a lot of ways, I've been coaching for a whole lot of years, but the real moment that I answered the call was when I was a CEO in another life, running a healthy masculinity nonprofit, and I was super overwhelmed in my work, having a lot of highs and lows and burnout. And I took some great advice to get my own coach. And it was so impactful for me. And it really began to give me a vision of how I could use coaching to help the men I was working with. And to change not just their lives, but the lives of their families, communities, partners, and I really realized that coaching is what I was meant to do. First, I bring a deep understanding of power, conflict, and reconciliation from my PhD studies. And that really helps me to guide clients through meaningful transformations. I also have a background in anti-violence work with men, and it's really helpful. Um, Second, I don't just coach, but I really try to actively live this work, make it my mission. We have this saying, which is "We are the work," which is to really try to, in my own life, in my own body, in my own parenting, live the work that all of my clients are aspiring towards as well. Um, and third, I think I've been really intentional about who I work with. I don't take on just everybody. I work with men specifically who are really truly ready for change, and that's helped to create a level of demand and quality that helps me to keep my practice full. Yeah, I mean, it's been really huge in my success. The Institute for Integrative Intelligence didn't just teach me coaching skills. I would say it taught me how to be an effective space holder for deep and lasting change. It helped me to really refine my ability to make sure that I'm actually asking the right questions, that I'm challenging clients in ways that actually fosters growth and truly empowering them to take ownership of their own transformation. And I think just like the emphasis on embodiment and emotional intelligence, embodied intelligence, that is so key specifically for the work that I do with men, right? So many times men are really disconnected from their feeling self, the wisdom of their feelings, the wisdom of their body and its responses. And so getting training and specifically how to support clients to really tap into all of these sources of intelligence we have, I think it's made my work with men in particular a lot better. I would say it's humbling. And I know you know this, Joe, right? Like coaching isn't just a job, it's a responsibility. And so for me, when a man sits across from me and he starts unpacking years of generational pain. I don't take that lightly. He's taking a lot of risks. There's a lot of pressure on men not to tell the truth to themselves and others about how they're feeling. Um, but it's so rewarding to see those men go on a journey of stepping into their power, redefining their relationships, and creating a new legacy for themselves and their families. So I would just say it's something that I take really seriously, and I'm so grateful that I get to do it. I do think on the one hand, something I already talked about, but it's doing our own inner work. I think the best coaches aren't just skilled at asking questions, but they embody what they teach. And embodying what we teach also helps us to have great intuition. We can relate to our clients, right? Because I understand my own point in that journey. So it makes us more effective. So that's one. And I think the second thing I would say is just to build demand for our coaching practices in an intentional way. It's what I said above. Part of my learning journey, right, is that I shouldn't try to coach everybody. Right. There are some people that want to come to me for coaching and it's not a good fit. And it's important for me to know that. And so my advice would be find your niche, be excellent in your little small field, and let your results speak for themselves. And I think when people see that you're in a focused area and you're getting real transformation, then you're never going to have to chase clients, right? People will come to you. I would say transformational. Well, I had already been doing a lot of it informally. I was mentoring, guiding. I had a lot of young men that I met with regularly just to be a support person in their lives and help them on their goals. I was doing a lot of leadership development and training, but really, I wanted to sharpen my skills so that I could have a greater impact and right ultimately create a business that was both fulfilling and financially sustainable. And so that's really what motivated me to go ahead and get formally educated in coaching. I think beyond just the skills, I've gained clarity in my own mission and a coaching practice that is growing. I built a business where I get to wake up every day and do the work that I care the most about with people that I love doing it with. And so I think just a lot of meaning. I think that the institute goes beyond just teaching coaching techniques, which is really important. But it really teaches you how to accompany people through transformation. And I think that's more than just sort of like, yeah, the technical aspects, but it's what I said earlier. It's about holding space. And I think that's really something that it is the difference between an average coach and a truly impactful one. If you feel the pull towards coaching, trust it. The world needs more skilled, heart-centered coaches. And I think also like be prepared to commit, to go all in on it. It's not just learning the coaching skills, but it's the personal growth and it's a commitment to building a business that is truly going to be successful. First, if my work resonates with you, I'd love to stay connected. And so I would invite folks to follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Life Unbound Coaching. And what I do on those channels is I share a lot of free insights on how families can integrate healthy masculinity, emotional healing, and gender equity into everyday life. I think if you're curious about how you're showing up in your own intergenerational impact, especially when it comes to masculinity and identity, I have a free intergenerational impact assessment. So it's a short little quiz. You can take it, it scores you on a few areas, and it will give you a customized report on what you can do to improve in your life and in your relationships. One other last thing I want to mention, if you ever want to dive even deeper into any of these topics in community, I run a regular book club, and it's on a book called The Will to Change: Men, Masculinity, and Love by Bell Hooks. And so in that group, we explore how to create real shifts in masculinity and relationships. And I have a wait list. So if it's something you're interested in, you can join that wait list and make sure that you don't miss out.